More than 40 years and 650 books, delivering the best in Latino literature for all ages. Recovering the history of Latinos in the United States. Bringing home the most prestigious awards in literature and publishing. Arte Público Press books have received critical praise in publications from coast to coast, and its books and authors have been featured on national programs. Arte Público Press is the publisher of Pulitzer Prize winners John Lantigua and Ricardo Chavira, Obie Award and National Medal of Arts winner, playwright, and filmmaker Luis Valdez has entrusted all of his books to Arte Público, including Zoot Suit, the first Latino musical to make it to Broadway and film. Arte Público is the publisher of books by national figures such as former Housing and Urban Development Secretary Henry Cisneros and the first Mexican-American ambassador to Mexico, Julia Nava. Arte Público launched the first cohort of Latino authors to cross over to major commercial publishing houses, including Sandra Cisneros, Ana Castillo, Helena Maria Viramontes, and Judith Ortiz-Coffer. Arte Público publishes biographies of such inspirational figures as Jose Hernandez, who rose from a migrant labor family to become an astronaut.
I don't do it for the recognition. I do it to make sure kids see someone that looks like them, speaks like them, came from the same socioeconomic background that perhaps they're going through, and it gives them hope.
And hope is also what we give aspiring writers.
Back in 2017, I sent Secrets of the Casa Rosada to Arte Público Press. I was having a tough time finding literary agents and publishers who could see the vision that I had for this book, but Arte Público Press did, and it has launched a phenomenal career for me, and I couldn't be more thankful.
But Arte Público is not just a publisher. It organizes and sponsors some 50 cultural events each year around the nation at schools, community centers, bookstores, colleges, and libraries.
It means so much that we are able to bring in local authors and writers into our libraries to share their stories.
In the 1980s, its books were stored in classroom closets at the University of Houston's main campus. Now the press has its own building at the Technology Bridge that includes a 26,000 square foot warehouse.
Hi, I'm Nicolás Canelos, Director of Arte Público Press here at the University of Houston. This is our home. Bienvenidos.
Here we edit, design, typeset, and market all of our books.
Our team handles the production of up to 30 books a year. We work with illustrators, editors, designers, typesetters, and translators to create a book that people can read, enjoy, and learn from.
Launched in 1994, the press's imprint for children and teens, Piñata Books, publishes 3 types of books: bilingual picture books, bilingual flip books for intermediate readers, and books for teens in either English or Spanish.
Publishing books for kids is so rewarding. I once had a high school English teacher tell me that she caught one of her students, a confirmed non-reader, a kid who had never read a book in his life, reading one of ours. We know that what we do here changes lives.
Did you know that less than 5% of children's books feature minority characters? Arte Público is changing that statistic.
Growing up, I didn't see myself in the stories that I read. There were no Dominicans, no Afro-Latinas, no young Black Latina girls from the South in any of the books that I read. And for me, it's important that children see themselves in the stories that they read so that they can imagine and believe different worlds and lives for themselves.
Arte Público books and authors are crucial to the educational system.
The world we read must reflect the world we live in, where strengthening of our collective shared imagination of what's possible comes from the artists, the poets, the dreamers, and those who bravely champion them.
While Arte Público Press is dedicated to publishing contemporary literature, culture, and history, its program entitled Recovering the U.S. Hispanic Literary Heritage finds and preserves all the lost writing done by Latinos in the United States over the past 3 centuries. The recovery program literally rescues history before it has a chance to turn to dust. It makes the documents available to students and teachers to enrich the curriculum and build out the multicultural past of the United States. PhD students at the University of Houston often base their dissertations on their work at Recovery.
I'm honored to be part of a program that allows me to contribute so much to history and education. The training I get here will also help me get a teaching position at a university when I graduate.
At Arte Público Press, we've been recovering the past and creating the future for 40 years now. We plan to contribute to the nation and its history for another 40 years and beyond. The American story is incomplete without our story. Please help us make that history available to all.